tell a little Lenny Kravitz story. Okay, so everybody has a bucket list, right? So I think when you get cancer or any other big life event, you start checking off that bucket list a little bit faster. So one of my bucket list items was to see Lenny Kravitz live. And last summer he was up here at Ravinia. So I got pavilion seats because I wanted to see that, not just hear it. And one thing that he does is he comes into the audience and starts singing to people in the audience. So he was coming up close to where we were sitting. I was with my friend Joanne, who's sitting right back there. And so he's coming towards us. I'm holding my phone, getting ready to film him. He walks right by us. I reach out and I touched his arm. I think it was his arm. It was his arm. It was his arm. And I'm like, Lenny, I love you, whatever. I run back to Joanne and I'm like, oh my God, I touched his arm. And I go to show her the recording and it was backwards and I filmed my forehead. So I think about that a lot. I think about him a lot. I'm pretty sure he thinks about me a lot. I'm pretty sure we're soulmates. He doesn't know it yet, but it's pretty obvious. We have so much in common. The obvious parts, obviously. But there's Lenny, Jenny, Len, Jen, Leonard, Jennard. It all makes sense. Anyway, okay. On with the good part. Don't get mad. That was unexpected. Okay, so my name is Jenny, and I am super excited to be here for the 4th time. Thank you. I am super stoked to be here to talk about cancer and chemo and my colon. Yeah, fun stuff. So I was diagnosed in 2019 with colon cancer, which means it has been about 7 years that I have been dealing with this situation, predicament, experience, shit show, literally. I don't even know what to call it anymore. A lot of people like to call it their cancer journey, which is fine for some people. That doesn't sit well with me. For me, a journey is like an exciting adventure or a fun vacation. Preferably not one that involves hair loss or mouth sores or explosive diarrhea. For me, cancer has been more of a hostage situation or a kidnapping. Yeah, not so much fun. Some other words that people like to use to call themselves is a cancer fighter or a warrior. And again, if that's something that you use, fantastic. I don't see myself that way. I don't feel like I'm a superhero. I feel like I just sort of show up and do what the doctors suggest. Hey Jenny, why don't you take these pills and try eating a few more vegetables? Okay. I had a salad. Oh, I am a warrior! To be honest, I feel like I've really accomplished something if I can get through the week without shitting my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I am not a warrior this week. So I have come up with my own label to call myself, and that is, I am a cancer dancer. Because I'm a rhymey kind of gal. I feel like I'm just learning the steps, enjoying the music, tripping on my own feet, a lot of tripping, and trying to find a little fun in the midst of all of it. Is this working? So one of the common experiences of the cancer dancer is the CT scan. Has anybody here had a CT scan? Yeah, almost everybody, right? So the CT scan isn't really a big deal. It's like a little donut. You lay on the bed, you go in and out. Bloop, bloop. It's pretty fast and easy. That was my nickname in high school. My mom loves that joke. learn from the best, Mom. I get CT scans probably like every 3 months over the past 6 or 7 years, so that's a lot of scans. And my problem isn't with the scan itself, as it is the reports that come afterwards. All those scans, and I think it's a different radiologist every time, and they all seem to be subjective, so every scan is different. Sometimes they mention the calcifications on my spleen, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they mention the scar on my lung, and sometimes they don't. Hello? And sometimes it doesn't really matter, but sometimes I think clear and concise and correct information is important. Let me share a few examples. For a little background, in 2024, my cancer metastasized to one of my ovaries, and I had a full hysterectomy. All of it. Gone. Bloop. That's the hysterectomy noise. Not to be confused with the CT scan noise. That was boop boop. This is poop. Similar noises, but very different experiences, I promise you. So shortly after that hysterectomy, I had a CT scan, and the report came back saying the female reproductive organs appear normal. Excuse me, what? So I messaged my doctor, and he said, to be fair, your bladder looks a lot like a uterus. Excuse me, what? Okay, buddy, where is my bladder? All right, another example is pretty consistently throughout all of my scans, reports have come back saying the gallbladder has been surgically removed. Excuse me, what? I never authorized that. Now, maybe there was that trip to Cancun where I had too many margaritas, but I don't think that's it. So again, I messaged my doctor, and he said, to be honest, we have never seen your gallbladder. Maybe you just have a really tiny one. Do you hear that? Tiny one. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jeff. My little tiny gallbladder. And then the final example I have, which is my favorite, and I'm sure it will be yours too, is, she's already excited. She's excited about it. Is the report came back saying, you ready? There is fecal matter present within the colon. Excuse me, what? Where would you like me to keep my fecal matter? In my purse? On my mantle? On display for all to see? Where do you keep your fecal matter? Yeah, she's not gonna tell us. How about you, sir? Where do you keep your fecal matter? Sweater guy, right there. Yeah, right, in a doggy bag, yeah. I've seen yours, and you could use a little more fiber, friend. So, just a suggestion. So again, I messaged my doctor, and I said, dude did me dirty. What did he expect to find in there? And with zero hesitation, he responded, oh, you'd be surprised. Okay, cancer dancers and friends, I always end with a plug for colonoscopies. And this is no exception. Honestly, like, I need to get a sponsor or some kickbacks or something because I have literally gotten dozens of people to get their colonoscopies. People are always like, but the prep is the worst part. No, it's not. You know what's the worst part? Is being awakened from the best nap of your life, weighing like 5 pounds less than you did when you started, and being told you have fucking colon cancer. But you know what? Colonoscopies save lives. So, if you are over 45, if you have a family history, if you have bathroom issues, which this is the nicest way I've ever talked about poop in my life, is this, then call your doctor and get a poop juice cocktail, shit your brains out, get a camera shoved up your butt, and tell them Jenny sent you. Jenner sent you. That's it. But I have like 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds, I would say. Okay, so if you guys had a good time here tonight, I want you to know that we do this show for you. But these classes that we do, the 7 weeks that we do, are essentially for us. It is our therapy. It's so cathartic to take something that's terrible and tragic and painful and awful and turn it into something that's fun and humorous and light and that we can laugh at. I was 5 years into my cancer journey when I found Cancer Wellness Center. And ironically, I grew up in Northbrook, a mile away. My mom still lives there. But it was after my third metastasis that I had decided I need some help, and I found Cancer Wellness Center. And I feel like I know the whole staff because I take advantage of everything there. I do the yoga classes, the art classes, everything. But it's because that the services are free, to be honest, that so many people are able to do it. So this is just a little plea. There are envelopes here. If you guys can give $1, $5, $500, diamonds, deeds to your house, stocks, bonds, whatever you've got. Anyway, I want to say thank you to Cancer Wellness Center. I want to say a huge thank you to DJ Dom, and especially Ann and Kim. They volunteer their time. Without them and the Cancer Wellness Center staff and 28 miles, none of this would be possible. And all of you for coming. Thank you. I love you. Peace out.